Hi there, in today's video, I am so excited to share with all of you a major Costco haul that's exceptionally healthy, and everything that I will be showing with you will include prices. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jessica, and here on my channel, we focus on all things mom life. So whether that's cooking or cleaning or finding efficient and effective ways to take care of our family, but everything we do here in my space does have a healthy twist, as I am a holistic nutritionist and a nutritional practitioner. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, I would love it if you would take 2 seconds, open up the description box down below and hit the big red subscribe button. All right, I'm gonna hop back. We're gonna get started with our frozen and our cold foods first. And I hope you enjoyed this video and you find some healthy inspiration for your next Costco shopping trip. So Costco is definitely an incredible place to stock up on high quality organic meats. We love to go to Costco for such a huge variety and selection of either meats that you can prepare completely on your own, or even some prepared meats that have incredible ingredients in them. So a few examples of that are this Amylu brand. We love this brand. So these chicken breakfast sausages are something that I always have in the freezer. To be honest with you, I serve them a lot of times alongside lunch, dinner, and then of course breakfast. But the ingredients in all of their products are very clean. For example, this is chicken raised without antibiotics, and it contains spices such as sea salt. They're using high quality sea salt, not just regular salt, water, parsley, and the extract of rosemary and vinegar. So this is an incredible thing to have as a staple on hand. So speaking of the Amylu brand, this is another incredible staple that we discovered at Costco very recently. And there's actually only one in here because we consumed one yesterday. And these are the Italian style chicken meatballs. Now, this is something that you could stock up on, have in your freezer for those busy nights. If you want to serve a gluten-free spaghetti, they definitely have some gluten-free pasta options at Costco. If not, Trader Joe's is definitely one of my favorite places to stock up on gluten-free pasta. And then as we go through the haul, we'll definitely get to some of my favorite sauce options. But you could have these in your freezer on hand for a busy night, a weeknight. It is July, but we're moving closer to fall. So if you're busy, we're back to school, things are still a little chaotic, this is a great staple to have on hand. And wait till you hear the ingredients in these chicken meatballs. We have organic chicken, sea salt, again, organic spices, vinegar, organic garlic, and organic extract of rosemary. This is as clean as it can get, you guys. So to have this on hand, I have zero guilt about taking the shortcut. So I highly encourage you to check these out, and they taste delicious. We had them yesterday with our lunch as a side. I didn't even cook them in the sauce. I just browned them on the pan with a little bit of avocado oil. I served it alongside some carrots, some broccoli, a smoothie, and this as a quick lunch before I went to the pool, and the kids devoured it. Now, when it comes to getting beef at Costco, my first preference is definitely their 100% grass-fed burger patties. As a quick hack, I talk about this all the time with my girlfriends and on Instagram. You don't have to exclusively use them as hamburgers. You can thaw them out of your freezer, break them up, and put them with spaghetti sauce. You can use it in a meatloaf. You can use it in place of any ground beef that you would have. However, because it is summertime, they are frequently sold out. And when they are, and I'm there and I do need beef, I will grab the organic ground beef. Now, this is not grass-fed, but with organic beef, they do need to eat grass at least 70% of the year on the pasture. However, they will feed them grains to fatten them up before they go to slaughter. So this is definitely something I will grab if I'm in a pinch and I'm there. Other than that, the grass-fed beef from Whole Foods is amazing, and it doesn't give that gamey smell that you can get from the ones at Trader Joe's, Aldi, and even Kroger, the simple truth. I don't like the smell and taste of those, so I will grab this if I'm not at Whole Foods. And this comes in a 3-pack and is a great value to throw into some chili or into some spaghetti sauce, meatloaf, anything that you're preparing at home. But if you are at Costco and they have it, go to the freezer section and buy the 100% grass-fed beef patties. Speaking of grass-fed, we adore these 100% grass-fed hot dogs. These are delicious. So I was actually plant-based for over 10 years. And during that time, the one thing I craved and missed the most was hot dogs. Like, it was the strangest thing ever. So whenever I eat these, there's just like a comfort feeling of being a kid in the summertime and eating a hot dog. And these are so delicious. The kids love these. Again, they're 100% grass-fed. So you're getting all the good fats, all the good omegas, and all the high levels of vitamin D when you buy grass-fed beef. Again, for everything I'm sharing with you today, I will put the price on the screen. I have the receipt with me here. It is $12.99. for this 12 pack of grass-fed hot dogs. That is such a great deal. And I like to chop these up and have them on hand constantly for the kids, even in the warmer months if I'm not serving them as like a proper hot dog. So definitely check these out if you're at Costco. Another staple meat that we are never without in our home is this Columbus hickory smoked turkey bacon. This is by far the best tasting turkey bacon I've ever had. Given I don't really like and enjoy the taste of pork bacon, also I don't feel great after I eat it. We'll get to that soon. So I love to eat turkey bacon and I love to have it constantly on hand. I will chop it up, I'll put it into salads. It's something that I will chop up and put into quiche, or if I'm making egg muffins or savory muffins for the kids. It's just another great source of protein for them. Also, the kids just love to eat this, whether it's at breakfast. I will put this in Ronan's lunchbox when he was in school. There's so many things you can do with turkey bacon in general, but this turkey bacon at Costco is so delicious. So if you watched any of my Costco hauls before, I think I have 2 or 3 of them on my channel. And if you haven't watched them, I will link them up in the cards up above so you can check those out today. But there are a couple produce staples that we always get at Costco. One is the organic bananas. We use bananas every single day in our smoothie. I use bananas all the time because I make homemade breakfast muffins, homemade waffles, homemade pancakes, you name it. And I'm always sweetening things with bananas, especially for the kids. Not to mention when we're making oatmeal, which is a huge staple going into the fall. And speaking of oatmeal, we'll get to this very soon. I love to slice up and even mash up bananas in the kids' oatmeals to naturally sweeten it. So bananas are definitely a must for us whenever we're at Costco. Then also something that we always get at Costco, and I've mentioned this in the other 2 Costco hauls that I've done, are these Mickey Mouse Gala apples. Not only are these delicious and honestly some of the crisp, most fresh tasting Gala apples I've ever had, but the skin on these are perfect. I have 2 toddlers. Actually, one is 5. I don't think he's considered a toddler anymore. I have 2 small children. One is 2 and one is 5. So having the skin on some apples that is really thick and really hard leaves me needing to constantly peel their apples. So if I want to send this in my son's lunchbox, or if it's something I want to throw in my bag for us when we're out and about and I don't have the ability to constantly have a peeler or something to peel the apple with me, I love these Gala apples because it's something that even my 2-year-old, since she was 1, can bite through the skin. And honestly, you don't want to peel off the skin of your apples, especially if they're organic, because that's where all the nutrients, vitamins, and minerals are actually in the skin. So you want to encourage everybody in your family to eat the skin, and it's the perfect way to do so with these Mickey Mouse Gala apples. Another major staple that I always get at Costco is the organic spinach. So they've actually switched over to the Josie's organic spinach. Not that it matters, but I do love this brand, and I love their butter lettuce that I get at Whole Foods. But it is $4.99 for this huge container of spinach. If you were to go to Kroger, I think it's $7.99 or $8.99. It's double the price, and it's to the point where I honestly can't even buy it. I will make a separate trip over to Costco or even to Whole Foods because it is the same price at Whole Foods, because this is $4.99. I use this every single day. I chop this up, I mix it into scrambled eggs for the kids. I mix this into their oatmeal, sweet oatmeal. Yes, I mix this into that. I put it in our smoothies. I put it in our pancakes. I put it in our waffles. I put it in our muffins. You name it, I put spinach in everything. So for $4.99, sometimes I even find myself needing to get 2, especially if I'm not going to be going for around 10 days. I will pick up 2 of these. But we love this spinach, and it's a great staple to have on hand. Another thing I've been picking up at Costco are these avocados. Now, they aren't organic, but avocados are part of the Clean 15. It's something that if I'm in a pinch and we don't have a chance to get over to Whole Foods, I'm out of avocados. So I will pick these up at Costco, not to mention because it's convenient and they're there, but they are $5.99 for a huge bag of avocados. So that is a great deal. So it's one of those things that I know an organic avocado can be $1.99, upwards to even $2.30. I've seen them in certain stores, whether that's at Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and even Kroger. So if an avocado is something that seems like it might be out of your budget, just go to Costco and pick up these ones. They aren't organic, but again, you're not eating the skin. I would rather have you get the healthy fats and the nutrition from avocados versus not purchasing them because they may be out of budget. So for $5.99 for a big bag of these, it's well worth purchasing them at Costco. Grapes are a huge hit in my family in the summertime. To be honest with you, all year long, but the kids really, really love to enjoy grapes. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, which you definitely should, I have shown the OXO grape cutter, and we love that thing. It slices your grapes into 4 little quadrants. It makes it super easy. It makes mom stress-free because you don't have to worry about choking. So we buy this huge container of grapes at Costco. I'll soak them in a little bit of apple cider vinegar with grapeseed oil, wash them up, I'll slice them up, I'll have them ready to go in the fridge as a great snack. And that makes it super convenient and easy. And to be honest with you, when you wash them in the ACV and the grapeseed oil, it makes them last a little bit longer, which you'll see me do after I film this portion of the video, just to have the ingredients prepped, ready, because you're more likely to consume them until they last longer. Smoked salmon is one of my weaknesses. I could sit down in one sitting and finish this entire pack of smoked salmon. I love smoked salmon, and so does my entire family. Both of the kids love it. Kaya loves it. We adore smoked salmon. We pick up this pack at Costco because it's $10.79, and smoked salmon can definitely get pricey. So this one also just tastes delicious. I don't eat it with the sauces, but there are 2 sauces in here that you could enjoy it with. I like to put fresh dill on it, a little bit of sliced onion or sauerkraut. That's the way I prefer to enjoy smoked salmon, with a little bit of arugula because I like the bite and the freshness, along with the amazing taste of smoked salmon. So whenever we're at Costco, we pick this up. Sometimes we pick up 2 of them because it goes really quick in my house. If you've been following me for any time, then you know there is one vegetable that you are sure to see in my every single day routine, in any meal prep video that I'm doing, in any cooking, any baking, and that is zucchini. I consume zucchini every single day, 2 to 3 times a day. It is by far my most consumed vegetable. I love zucchini. I blend it up in smoothies. I blend it together with yogurt for the kids. I know it seems crazy, but I promise you it's delicious. So this one is zucchini and then yellow summer squash in this huge bag at Costco, and they are organic, because I highly encourage you to always leave the skin on your produce, because again, like we talked about with the apples, that's where you're going to get all of the nutrition, the vitamins, and the minerals. So for this huge bag of zucchini and summer squash, it is $7.49. I was shocked when I saw these about a month and a half ago at Costco. It is the perfect season for this. We're grilling them, we're baking them, I'm roasting them. I take this zucchini and I grate it into my children's oatmeal along with the chopped spinach in the morning for breakfast. I put this in their smoothies, as I mentioned. I put this in their waffles, their pancakes, their muffins. I put it into everything. So if you're interested in learning how to use this zucchini, you can check out this video right here where I show a couple recipes using zucchini, but I put this into everything. It's such a mild vegetable that can blend together with anything that you're cooking or baking. So you should definitely pick this up for $7.49 next time you're at Costco. Kiwis are such a rich source of vitamin C, and they're extremely high in fiber. And if you haven't had a chance to check out my video I did 2 weeks ago on my new updated revamped what I eat in a day, I will link that for you right up here. But I'm really focusing on a high fiber diet. So kiwis are a must for me right now. Not to mention these golden kiwis are a huge hit with the kids. Now, I will say this brand that they carried at Costco used to be non-GMO. It is no longer non-GMO, and they also aren't organic. However, kiwis are one of those fruits where you're not consuming the skin. So you can definitely get away with not buying organic or non-GMO, which we definitely do our best to do 99.9% of the time in my house. However, the kids love these so much as a treat. So if we're going to enjoy it and use it as a treat situation for the kids, something that they look forward to versus something that's sugary and not nutrient dense, I would definitely rather go this route and buy these delicious Sun Gold kiwis. Costco is such a great place to pick up strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries. They always have the best value on organic berries. So whenever we see berries that are organic and they're there, we grab them. Again, blueberries and berries in general are just a must for me to have in the fridge. I put them as a side for the kids for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I toss it into their oatmeal. We use them for everything, as a snack, as part of the meal. It doesn't need to be that complicated when you're putting together healthy meals. Sometimes for dinner, I'll use that turkey bacon. I'll serve it with a little side of gluten-free avocado toast. I'll throw some berries and broccoli on their plate. And there you go. You have an amazing nutrient-dense meal that took you all of 5 minutes with all of these random sides that you can throw together as a dinner. So it doesn't need to be that complicated, but grabbing organic berries is a must for us, especially when we're at Costco. So juice is something I typically don't give to my children. Juice is one of those things that As a nutritionist, there's not really a lot of nutritional value in juice. However, there is one juice, aside from cold pressed juices that we make at home or we buy at the store. Now, there is one caveat in my house when it comes to juice, and that is Tart cherry juice. So if you are not familiar with the health benefits of Tart cherry juice, it is an incredible anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. And the reason why my children actually consume Tart cherry juice is that it helps your body produce more of its own melatonin levels. And what this does is it allows your body to get into a deeper state of REM and have longer REM cycles. And in turn, your children will sleep longer. It will change their sleeping patterns over time to have them sleep longer. I know it sounds crazy, and I know what you're thinking right now. You're like, wait, what? A juice will do this? Yes, I promise you. So Ronan used to wake up every single day since he was born. It's just natural for him at 5 o'clock in the morning. And then around 2 years old, we started giving him an ounce and a half of cherry juice in the morning and an ounce and a half of cherry juice in the afternoon. And it increased his sleeping time by 45 minutes. And I know that doesn't sound like much, but when he went from waking up at 5:15 in the morning till 6 o'clock in the morning, that's a big difference, especially for a mom and any parent out there. So Tart cherry juice is something that I use for my kids. So what I do is I take their Oxalate, which is just like a daily multivitamin, or an electrolyte drink that we're using, or any electrolytes or minerals that I'm giving them. I will mix it with an ounce and a half of Tart cherry juice. I mix that all together, and then I pour in some Waterloo or any other sparkling water, and they call it their party drinks. This is a huge hit. The kids gulp it down, obviously. I'm able to sneak in zinc, minerals, electrolytes, anything else that I'm giving to them because the juice masks that taste, and they're getting the benefits of expanding and extending their REM cycles by drinking the Tart cherry juice. This bottle here is $5.99 at our Costco, so we are always sure to have these in the pantry, and you should definitely check these ones out. Another staple that I get from Costco to have on hand at all times is their organic chicken stock. Now, I like the Pacific Foods ones, and they used to actually carry it, and they don't anymore. Now they carry the Kirkland brand. But it is something that I have as a staple. Like the other day, it was gross and gloomy, and I wanted to make my homemade cabbage soup. And it's always great to just have these on hand in the pantry, and they're a great deal at Costco. Speaking of organic broths, this organic chicken broth actually tastes really good. The only caveat is they do include oil in it, which drives me crazy. But we were at Costco, and I mentioned I needed to grab some broth. I was using it to make some of my zucchini. Sometimes I will saute my vegetables currently. I will saute broccoli and zucchini in a little bit of broth versus oil. So I needed to pick some of this up and versus running to another store. But it does drive me nuts that if I'm avoiding oil, they put it in the actual soup, but it is the last ingredient, so there's trace amounts of it in there. But this one does really taste good. And if you're going to be making a vegetable soup that you're consuming a ton of nutrients in, it's not that big of a deal. So this is a good staple to have on hand. Speaking of staples, I have shown this in previous Costco videos, and I've definitely shown this in a ton of my cooking videos here on my channel, and that is this Rouse delicious, amazing spaghetti sauce. Now, Rouse is by far one of the most superior brands out there when it comes to sauce. This sauce is so delicious. There are so many sauces out there that when I cook them, I feel the need to doctor them up, we say, and add a bunch of different ingredients and add my own spices. You don't have to do this with Rouse. It is delicious. Now, it is not organic. However, they do peel off the skins of the tomatoes, which hold most of the pesticides. So it's one of those things that for the flavor and for the taste and for the ingredients that I'm adding to it, like zucchini and those delicious chicken meatballs that are so nutrient dense, I kind of give this one a pass because it is so yummy. And when you're using gluten-free noodles, and sometimes they don't give the same texture and taste of regular spaghetti, using a high quality sauce is a great kind of workaround to get your family, even your husbands, I'm telling you, to enjoy the pasta. My husband is a pasta snob. He loves spaghetti. He's an incredible cook, and it is by far one of his tried and true recipes that he makes is in a delicious bolognese sauce. So for him to serve that with a gluten-free noodle that may not taste that great is a really hard sell. But the Trader Joe's ones that I mentioned are delicious. However, he can still tell the difference. If you add a bunch of Rouse to it, I promise you it makes it more palatable for everybody that you're serving it to. And last but certainly not least, I found these about a month ago at my Costco. I was completely shocked and I immediately grabbed 2 bags because these are sprouted gluten-free oats. So Not to mention Costco hasn't had gluten-free oats here in Michigan in a while. For like 2 years, they stopped carrying the Bob's Red Mill gluten-free oats. They used to have them. They stopped carrying them. So I was no longer able to buy my oats from there. So I was buying gluten-free oats from Thrive Market or from Whole Foods, and it's definitely more expensive than they were at Costco. Then they came out of the gates swinging with not only gluten-free oats, but sprouted gluten-free oats. And we love the 1 Degree brand. We buy so many of their products here in my home. So to see this massive bag of gluten-free oats was a huge find for me. If you follow any of my baking videos and any of my savory oatmeal videos, I will link those up in the cards for you. My savory oatmeals have been a huge hit. The response has been incredible. You would definitely want to include these gluten-free oats. Not to mention when I make my breakfast muffins, when I make waffles, when I make any baked goods, cakes, cookies, you name it, I'm always grinding up oats to make oat flour. I don't purchase oat flour. I just put it in the blender for 2 seconds and there you have oat flour. So to have sprouted oats in such a large quantity at this value from Costco was an incredible find. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and if you liked this video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up, and then the subscribe button is right over here on the screen now. Make sure you give that a click. That way you don't miss a single video, and I hope to see you back here next Thursday.